Okay, hello everybody. So let's get started with today's C1 master class. Today we are going to be looking at giving a monologue for part 2 of the Cambridge exam, in which you speak alone about a topic for 1 minute. So let's look at how to do the monologue. Today we are going to learn how to give examples of monologues. We will say, what do you have to do? How can we give the monologue effectively? How do we start the monologue? What grammar should we use? What vocabulary should we use? What connectors do we need to use? We will look at an example question for monologue and a perfect answer for the C1 exam. Then we will look at how can we practice this part of the exam? How can we practice this task? So let's see. What do we have to do? The monologue is called the long turn. You need to answer 2 questions and compare 2 images in 1 minute. It is a short time, so you need to give an organized answer to be able to do it. The instruction you are given is, in this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you 3 photographs. I would like you to talk about 2 of them on your own for about a minute and also answer a question about your partner's photographs. Candidate A, the person on the left, it's your turn first. Here are your photographs. They show people and they will give you a topic of what they are doing. You speak alone about the questions. You answer both questions, 2 of them, and you need to compare 2 of the images. You are given 3, choose 2 and compare them. So how can we do the monologue effectively? The monologue needs to be an organized answer for the 2 questions. Answer both questions, in which you compare ideas taken from the pictures for about 1 minute. You answer both questions in 1 minute. Everything you say is relevant to the questions. You need to give extended stretches of language. You must give relevant contributions. Don't say anything that is not related to the questions. You link ideas and relate your ideas. You use some complex grammar. Use a range of connectors. Do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. And try not to repeat information. You need to have little repetition. Some words you must repeat, but not repeating the same phrases all the time. So, how do we start the monologue? It is a good idea to address the topic at the beginning. In other words, address the question. Consult the question. Demonstrate you understand the topic and the question. You could use phrases like, these images probably represent. It is clear that the images are about. It goes without saying that the images are about. When it comes to the images, I can see. With respect to the images, I reckon. As I've said, remember, you must only say things that are relevant to the question. Nothing that is not. So what grammar do we have to use? We use simple grammar with few mistakes and some complex grammar. Not everything needs to be complex. Here are examples of complex grammar, okay? The passive, this photo was taken, whereas this photo was taken. These photos were taken, and you basically just say the place they were taken. If there is a difference, compare. If they are similar, show similarity. We use relative clauses for actions. There is a man who is. There are 2 people who are. We can speculate in different ways using modal verbs. They might be. They could be. You can also use conjunctions like maybe, perhaps, or the adverb probably. They are probably doing something. Perhaps they are. We use conditionals. We can use the first conditional. If they do lots of sport, they will get fit. We can use the second conditional. If they could do more exercise, they would lose weight. We could also use causative passive. They are getting something done. They are having their car cleaned. We can use fronting with inversions. Not only, but also. Also, we can use cleft sentences. What I want to get across is. What I'm trying to say is. What I reckon is. In the C1, the grammar and the vocabulary are evaluated separately. If you want a good grade with vocabulary, you should use some complex vocabulary. For example, complex verbs, attention-grabbing adjectives. So not adjectives like good, bad. Use things like awesome, awful, more advanced adjectives. You will get extra marks for phrasal verbs and also for idioms. Try to include some. So what connectors do we use? We use connectors for 5 different reasons. We use them to give examples, add information, give reasons, show contrast, and also result. It is not enough to only use 3, 4, 5 connectors. Do not just say like, but, and, because, so. It's not advanced enough. You need to use a variety of connectors, maybe 6 or 7. Let's see an example question. Here you can see they give you the instruction, which is always the same because it is a script. You need to listen to the instruction, then answer 2 questions using 2 of the images. You basically say, I'll choose this one and this one, and you demonstrate. But you must answer both questions. So the instruction would be, in this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you 3 pictures. I would like you to talk about 2 of them on your own for about a minute, and also to answer a question briefly about your partner's pictures. Candidate A, person on the left, it's your turn first. Here are your photographs. They show people doing things together. So that's your topic, doing things together. I would like you to compare 2 of the pictures and say why you think people might be doing these things together and how might the people be feeling. The second question is always about feelings, how they are feeling. All right? And then you will speak alone for 1 minute. When you finish, the examiner will say, thank you, and take away the image. And candidate B, the person on the right, will answer a question. The question is, in which situation do you think the people benefit most from being together? They will answer alone for 30 seconds. They give their opinion about the question. They can also make reference to what the people said, the candidate A said in their monologue. Then they will take away the images and they will give different images. Candidate B will give a monologue. Candidate A will answer the question. Sorry. So let's see an example answer. A perfect answer would look a bit like this. You need to give an answer of this level, and it needs to be said fluently and in a controlled manner. For example, our images, we have people skiing, a group of children cooking, it seems to be, and some boys who are playing musical instruments. Your answers should be so clear that they know what images you are talking about. You can also say, I want this one and this one. You can do that. You can point even. So let's see an example. Perfect answer would be like this. When it comes to the image, it comes to the images, it is clear that they represent people doing things as a group. The first photo was taken outside, and there is a group of men skiing. They could form part of a team-building exercise, or perhaps they are in the military and doing their winter training. Yet, the second photo shows some young teenagers having a jam and maybe practicing for a concert. They are playing musical instruments and seem to be relaxed. The activity in the image of the skiers has to be done as a group for safety reasons, as they probably wouldn't be able to survive alone, while the youngsters are hanging out just for fun. I'd say that they are experiencing very different feelings, as the skiers could feel rather stressed or fairly anxious, whereas the young boys are probably having a laugh and enjoying themselves. Not only are the people in the first photograph spending time together, but they are also working as a team towards a common goal. If you give this type of answer and you have more time, simply give your opinion. I reckon, I would say, it seems to me, and you give your opinion. If you dissect this answer, you will see there's quite a lot of complex grammar. We could see that we use the passive. The first photo was taken. We can see relative clauses, that they are doing things, what they are doing, so maybe practicing for a concert. We can see modal verbs, has to be done, for example. We can see adverbs, they probably wouldn't be able to survive. We can see also we have an inversion with not only are the people in the first photograph spending time together, but they are also working as a team. So at least 3 complex structures, because you remember, it is only 1 minute. There is not enough time to say everything you want. If you think about vocabulary, we have key phrases, we also have phrasal verbs, things like hanging out, which would give you extra grades. It's not easy because it's a short time and you have to give a lot of information. Say it in a controlled way and you will be able to do it. So, how can we practice this task? The best way to practice a monologue. You read and listen to examples of answers. You create a template with grammar and connectors. You look at example questions and see the types of topics that are in there. Then you need to practice on your own at home. Later, record your own voice and listen back to it. You will see mistakes, you will see hesitation, and you will also see when you repeat. So you need to practice like that. Another way is to practice with a speaking partner. With a partner, you practice and you give monologues. Remember, in 1 minute, you will not be able to say everything you want to say, but everything you say needs to be relevant to the questions. The whole minute is to answer both of the questions, and you must answer them both. If you do not, you will not pass. So what have we learned? We learned how to give a monologue effectively. In 1 minute, you speak alone, you answer 2 questions, and you compare 2 images. They give you 3, you compare 2. Which connectors can we use? We saw a variety of connectors. You must use a wide range of connectors, so 7, 8 different connectors. You also need to use some complex grammar. So which complex grammar can you use? Passives, relative clauses, modal verbs, inversions, cleft sentences, conditionals. You could also use wish if you wish. How can we practice? We can make a template, listen to examples, practice on your own, record your own voice, and practice with a partner. On the course, we have a different example for each unit, so you have 8 examples to practice. A good thing to do is to review how to improve connectors, how to use linking words. So look at our masterclass about cohesive devices to improve. Okay, question time. How can I help you? Do you have any questions? If you do, send them to me via WhatsApp or via email, and I will help you. So remember, every Friday, we record the class so you can watch it on the platform. We have a timetable in the morning, and in September, we will start with a timetable in the afternoon also. If you have any doubts, send me a message via WhatsApp, or you can send me an email to this email address, and I will help you with anything you need. So, thank you very much. That is the end of today's short masterclass. Let me know if you need anything, okay? See you later. Bye.